Hey, I'm back with another FAQ video for your Air Force JROTC. Now another thing that I didn't clarify in the other video is when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about just Air Force JROTC. So they feel like, well, I want to join. My school only has Army JROTC. Well, a lot of this can apply to you. Phone's tripping out, man. Oh yeah. And since my phone isn't activated, I know how to use a home phone. See, if I need to memorize a number, I memorize it. My phone doesn't do that. But no. I'm not just talking about Army JROTC. Or Navy JROTC. Or Air Force JROTC. This all can apply to you. Maybe the terms, like, cadet, or who you're, all these other, commanders, chiefs, tech sergeants. They might vary, depends on your school. The days that we do stuff might change. But one thing I want to address is uniforms. Now, since we're in Army, Air Force JROTC, we get the nice dark blue service coat, and then the nice dark blue slacks. And then we have our light blue undershirt, which pretty much looks exactly like this, only light blue and a lot, not beat up. I have rips all over this thing. I got sewn, you can sort of see it. It's been sewn there. I was working, I don't remember what happened there. So yes, you do get a uniform. For us, we wear it on Wednesdays. And for men, now you have this. I don't know about your other JROTC programs, what they classify it as. In the Air Force, this is what I know for a fact. You have right now, if this was a light blue dress shirt, right now I'd be in Class C. It goes Class C, Class B, and Class A. C being the laziest, A being the the nicest. Now I know I have necklaces on. It's a heartogram, not a pentagon or pentagram. Pretty much looks like a heart with a triangle in it. It's not no like Satanist thing or anything. It's just a yin yang sign to an extent. It's like love, hate, peace, crap like that. So, I'd be in Class C. Well, I would not be. Any cadet, male or female, cannot wear necklaces. Now, if I buttoned up the top one, which might take a second. Now, if I button up this top one, I would have to put a tie on for men. Men are the only ones that have to wear a tie. Women have to wear the tie tab, which just velcros in the back for most of them do. So yes, that'd be Class B. So this would be C. This would be B. And then you would have this buttoned up. Class A is pretty much Class B with your dark blue service coat on, with your ranks down over here, and your name tag. Now, men, you have to learn how to tie a tie. It's not no simple clip-on. No, it's a legit tie where you have to lift up your collar, put the tie on, tie it, and flip your collar back down. Now, uniforms. You cannot get them dirty. They are expensive uniforms. Now for us, the dark blue service coat and the dark blue slacks, those cannot be washed in a washing machine for us. Other places it might vary. Ours have to be dry cleaned. So if you get them dirty, you're screwed, because it's not cheap to get dry cleaning done, especially to JROTC stuff, because it is expensive. My whole uniform, every cadet's uniform costs anywhere from $250 to $350. Depends on their size. Mine personally is $298 because I'm of average size. I mean, average size. I'm 5'8", and my dad's 5'8.5". My mom's not. My mom's 5'1". So we're a shorter family. So my uniform costs, it's medium priced. About it right in the middle because I'm average sized. Now, so when it comes to people who are taller, their uniforms tend to cost more. Because it's more uniform. And smaller people, shorter people, skinnier people, their uniforms tend to cost a little bit less. So that's just how it tends to work sometimes. But when it comes to uniforms, you cannot get them dirty. You cannot wear any other part of your uniform. Like if I take that service coat, I can do it. It's not, there's like no magnetic field that I can't. But if I put my dark blue service coat on with my Army ACU pants, it's just disrespectful, and it sets a bad example. It's saying that you don't care. And yes, I do own Army ACU pants, the ones with the miles of pockets. I just wear these. I don't go around impersonating Army people who are actually in the Army. I just happen to have Army pants and the Army jacket and the Army boots and the bullet resistant vest without the plates. I just happen to have all that. It was pretty much just given to me. I don't go around impersonating other people because I've got no ranks, and I don't know how Army ranks work. Now in uniform, now for piercings. Now I'm gonna get a little closer to the camera. You can see how my hair is shaved. So yes, if you have hair that is longer than 1.25 inches, or geez, let me get a ruler out here for some people who do the metric. So 1.25 inches would be about would roughly be about 3 centimeters. But your hair cannot be any longer than that. And that comes in at about 3 centimeters. Like 3.5 centimeters. So yes, your hair, male cadets, your hair cannot be longer than 3.5 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 1.25 inches. Depends on really what unit you use. So, piercings. Piercings is another thing. Like I said, you can't wear necklaces in uniform. Piercings. Now I know a lot of some guys have their ears pierced. Well, in uniform, it doesn't. All right, so all of this only applies when you're in uniform. Now, if I was in class, like a Monday, because we do our uniform inspections on Wednesday, I can come to school and be in RTC and have, I really couldn't grow my hair out in a week, but men can have their ears pierced and everything, have them not really necessarily gauged. I mean, you can, depends on what your rules are. And I can wear like 40 necklaces, which I don't even own that many. I own like these two, which are both from my girlfriend. But I can wear this. This is pretty much what I'd wear to school. Despite, not the ACU pants, I'd probably wear normal pants. You can do that any other day. Now, when it comes to when you are wearing your uniform, like I said, we do our uniform inspections on a Wednesday. So, men cannot have piercings in whatsoever. Now, it depends on what class you're in. Now, either way, let's say you're in Class A and you have your shirt all buttoned up and you have your coat on and everything, your service coat. It's best not to wear the necklaces, if you have any. Because if they go through a thorough uniform inspection, because they'll surprise us with that. They'll go through, if you're wearing your service coat, they can't see your gig line, which I know. I'm wearing that type of belt. And if you don't know what a gig line is, well, it's the edge of your shirt, the edge of your button-up shirt, matches the edge of your belt buckle and aligns with your fly. So right now, if my shirt was tucked in, my gig line would be straight. Sometimes, and when you're wearing the service coat, it covers your whole gig line. But sometimes they will be like, "Hey, can you open up your service coat?" And so we can verify that your gig line is straight. So they will do stuff like that. They'll be like, "Hey, can you take your tie off?" And so we can see if you have any necklaces. They will do that. And another thing for really males, this is a unisex thing. You know, the necklaces, the piercings. Women have a little different. I'll get into that in a second. Two things for unisex. Dyed hair. Male cadets cannot have dyed hair. Female cadets cannot have dyed hair unless instructed otherwise. Now I have 2 rings. Alright, so that one is right. I have 2 rings. I have them on my left hand, and I don't have any rings on my other hand. Well, so you can have rings. You can have 5 rings on each finger, you know, every other day, except for Wednesdays, or whatever days your uniform inspection is on. But you cannot have more than 3 rings at a time, and you cannot have them on your thumbs. I know that I couldn't really get them, because if you look at my thumb, my joints are wider than the rest of my thumb. So, you know, if I was able to get a ring that's wide enough, it'd just be really loose right down here at the base of my thumb. So, yeah, you can really only have 3 rings. It doesn't matter, it can be on any of these 4 fingers. You can have a ring on, you know, these 3 fingers. 1 ring on each finger, but that's it. Now, it doesn't matter, like, you can only have 3 rings on one hand and not the other. No, it doesn't matter. Like, you can only have 3 rings in total, so I'm 1 ring shy of reaching the limit. Piercings. Let me get into piercings real quick. Now, some girls have their ears like pierced, they have a bar up here, or they have piercings going all the way down, or they have like the little piece, whatever the hell this thing's called, pierced. Well, now, you have to talk to your commander, whoever is in charge of you, or pretty much, not makes the rules, but who pretty much, you know, your flight commander, your sergeant, your colonel, whoever you really take orders from. Now, since I have now you probably want to go to your flight commander. Now, you cannot have all your piercings in on a Wednesday. Like, I'm going to use Wednesday because that's when a uniform inspection is. On Wednesday, you cannot have all these in. All your piercings in. You can only have your earlobes pierced. And they can only be a stud. No hoops, no spikes, and no gauges. Now if your ears are gauged, now I don't know if this is different for every school or branch or whatever. Now, I know there is a limit on how big they can get, and I don't know that for sure. So, somebody asked me, I got a question right here. I have double O size gauges. Would I have to take out my gauges and let my ears shrink, or would I be able to put clear, white, or skin-colored plugs in? You can do both of those, or all 3 of those. Maybe not the white, because that would show a little bit too easily. But the clear or the skin-colored plugs, you can't have your, you know, the actual tapers in. You can have your plugs in. Now, male cadets, I don't know what that is for male cadets. I'm pretty sure you can't. Well, depends on who's calling the shots. It depends on if you talk to them about it. Now, eyebrow piercings. You know, anybody has eyebrow piercings, you can't have those. Lip piercings, you can't have those. You know, like the smileys, you know, the ones that are like inside your lip. You can't have those. You can't have tongue piercings. You can't have nose piercings. Now, not too sure about the tongue piercings. I'm pretty sure you can have them, but it's not recommended. What it pretty much is you cannot have any piercings when you're on uniform. If you're standing at attention, not really standing at attention, but if you can see, now for women, if you can only see these 2 piercings in uniform, I don't think they'll really crack down on the tongue piercings. I know you can't have the smiley or whatever, which one it is, nose piercings or the whatever the one, the raging bull one, whatever the hell that one's called. You can't have those. No eyebrow piercings. No dimple piercings. I just think those are weird, man. This must hurt like a bitch. Stick a nail in a hammer, just go. And there you go. You got a piercing in your lip or your cheek. Another thing. Oh, I got another one right here. So, somebody just sent me an email. Alright, let me go here. So, alright, so they're asking, I have a tattoo on my upper shoulder. I'm a senior in high school. I just got a tattoo on my upper shoulder, and I'm a senior in high school, and I'm a third-year cadet in Navy JROTC. Yes, that's perfectly fine. As long as it's not, a lot of these things are, as long as it's not visible while in uniform. Now, a lot of these things can vary. Now, if you have, like, because I was issued a short sleeve, light, blue dress shirt and a long sleeve. You only wear the long sleeve if you are wearing Class B with a tie. That's the only time you really ever wear the long sleeve. So, and some people were issued 2 short sleeves, some people were issued 2 long sleeves, some people were only issued 1 shirt. But that's pretty much it. Another thing that nobody's ever talked about is some people wear glasses, and some people are like, well, I know you really can't wear sunglasses well in uniform. But some people are like, well, I have those transition lenses, the ones when you walk out in the sunlight, they get darker, and they turn to sunglasses. If they are prescription glasses, it's okay to wear those. They're not going to say you have to get contacts. No. Another thing, contacts. If you have those weird colored contacts, like the Hello Kitty ones, or like the all red contacts, don't. Because you will get marked down in a uniform inspection. Now some people are like, some people in my squadron are like, well, man, I was never issued a tie. Well, I get marked down for that. If you are not issued a piece of your uniform, or items of your uniform, you will not be marked down because you were never issued it. I was never issued a belt, so I actually used this black belt, but with their actual buckle. I used a different buckle because I got my belt. I got the blue belt that's supposed to go with the uniform. So, if you don't have a part of your uniform, they will not mark you down. It would be really stupid if they did, and it'd be really just dumb and over dramatic if they did. So that's something about the uniforms. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Please like, subscribe. If you have any other questions, anything at all about JROTC, now if it's about Army or Navy, I could do a little bit of research on it and get back to you guys through a video. But if it's about Air Force JROTC, I'm pretty sure I'd know it. And if I don't, I can do research. I'm not afraid to do research on anything. Please like, subscribe, comment. In the comments, please do ask questions. If you have even the simplest of questions, I can answer that. This has been Sam McKillen, and I'll see you guys next time.